Tony D and Little Joan with a Screenwriter's Rant on 1992, starring Tyrese Gibson and RayLiotta in one of his last appearances, I assume, and Scott Eastwood. I believe he's son of Clint. So a lot of interesting names in this about the Rodney King riots and a heist going on at the same time. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14. Snoop Dogg, executive producer, by the way. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, this could be interesting. A heist during the Rodney King riots would be interesting enough. But then, like, Tyrese Gibson plays what I think is an ex-con. I think he's an ex-con. He's trying to go straight. And then somehow him and his son stumble upon the heist in the middle of the riot. And basically RayLiotta takes him hostage. And he has to save him. So there's Ray. Right, Little Joan? Good old RayLiotta. I miss him. I'm a big fan. Met him once. So Tyrese is playing a very dark, low-key character. It's different body language for him. He's very much like a doomed guy in this, or he carries himself that way. This is his son. He's trying to get his son out of the gangs, and so I think his son ends up captured, and then he has to stop the bad guys in order to save his son. And I think I know how this ends. I think it ends with him stopping the bad guys, saving his son, and then running away with the money. Would be my guess. So this doesn't look too bad. Looks kind of interesting. I like Tyrese Gibson. He's playing a very different kind of guy. RayLiotta's kind of playing the same guy. But that's okay. He's good at it. He's good at playing a criminal scumbag. Scott Eastwood, I haven't seen him in a lot. Seems okay. But an interesting setting. I like this kind of historical tie-in, I guess you could say, to the fictional movie. I think that can work out well, because it's like you kind of imagine what it would be like to be in this situation, because you sort of remember, I don't know how much you guys remember, but I remember the riots very well. I was nearly out there when they happened. I moved back home a few years before then, but I remember watching the news going, oh yeah, there's my Del Taco. So yeah, I like this. I think I would definitely catch it on streaming. Theater, I don't know, these days who the hell goes to movie theaters, but maybe. Don't think it would be a great date movie. Maybe it could be. I think it's gonna end. It could end. What? What is wrong with you? Relax. You having a moment? Are you having a moment? I just fed you a bunch of blueberries. Relax. She loves blueberries. Anyhow, yeah, I would see this. I would totally see this. So first act, Tyrese is, I guess he gets out of jail and then comes home and is trying to rebuild his life kind of thing. And although I get the impression maybe he's already out and he's been out. Maybe he just reconnects with his son for some reason. After a time, maybe he's on some sort of probation. I don't know. But he seems very grim. And for whatever reason, they're driving around, and his son, I guess they know the security guard, maybe, or he works in the same building Tyrese does, and he brings his son there, maybe to show him what like a working man does, kind of thing. And then the place is being robbed, and so they corner him, but Tyrese gets the drop on another guy in like a different part of the building, right? So now he holds Scott Eastwood hostage, I think, and tries to make an exchange, but Ray Liotta won't go along with it because he doesn't trust him. And then after that, I'm not sure. Maybe they cut some sort of deal where Tyrese has to help him with the robbery, and then they'll let his son go. So he assists them initially, and then at some point they either try to kill him or they try to double cross him in some way, and then it's Tyrese versus the bad guys. They're trying to get away with the money. He's trying to save his son. He kills them one by one. Third act, he gets his son back. They're trying to get away, but Ray Liotta, for whatever reason, goes back. Maybe because they didn't get the money, or they didn't get all of it. And there's a final confrontation, and Ray gets killed. My guess, Ray's the main bad guy in this. And in the end, Tyrese wins. Maybe he keeps the money that they stole, and they both, him and his son, both escape the city, the grim city. Or maybe they just win, and the cops go after Ray. But I kind of doubt it, because the riot would mean, and because it's a Snoop Dogg production, I'm thinking it's not going to end that sort of standard way. I think it's going to be more like they somehow win without the cops, right? They wouldn't go to the cops, so they end up fighting these guys, and they either kill them or get them killed by, like, I don't know, they're being chased during the riot, and they go down a wrong alley, and then, like, the mob beats the hell out of Ray Liotta, and that's the end of him, and then they get away with the money. And they leave the city forever, and it's blamed on the guys who died. And they don't know, they'll never find them, kind of thing. Something like that. Let's read the write-up. Okay. In 1992, Mercer, Tyrese Gibson, is desperately trying to rebuild his life and his relationship with his son amidst a turbulent 1992 LA uprising following the Rodney King verdict. Across town, another father and son, Ray Liotta and Scott Eastwood. Oh, interesting. Interesting dynamic there. So when Tyrese takes Scott Eastwood hostage, he has a real bargaining chip. Put their own strained relationship to the test as they plot a dangerous heist to steal catalytic converters, which contain valuable platinum for the factory where Mercer works. As tensions rise in Los Angeles and chaos erupts, both families reach their boiling points when they collide in a tense crime thriller. Interesting. Yeah, I think I would see this. It seems cool. It says with Scott Eastwood and Ray Liotta in one of his final film roles. Seems like a better one to go out on than Cocaine Bear. I'm just going to say it. Although I had high hopes for Cocaine Bear, as you know. Yeah, but though it says with Scott Eastwood and... everybody's at the right side of the screen. I'm trying to get somebody on the left. There's Dan Rather. With everybody, with him being with, that means Scott Eastwood and Ray Liotta aren't in it that much. So maybe the focus of the first act is all Tyrese and his son, a little bit on these guys. And then as it gets into the heist, later they come back. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing. I thought it would be, yeah. See, I think they know this guy, and he gets killed. So, I think this could be really good. I don't know that guy. It doesn't say with. Does it say with? In these credits? Yeah, with Scott Eastwood and Ray Liotta. So they're not in it that much. So maybe part of it is the first act is the setup, and then They're going to do the robbery during the riot. They do the robbery. Tyrese and his son get caught up in it. And by the end of the second act, RayLiotta and Scott Eastwood are dead, or they're out of the picture. Probably dead. The third act, maybe, is Tyrese and his son escaping the city with the money, or platinum, or whatever. Maybe something like that. I kind of think it's heading down that direction. Because I can't see them... I don't know. I can't see, like, Snoop Dogg producing a movie where, like, the heroes just turn it into the cops and call it a day. I would think they'd be a little more cynical than that. And they'd want an ending where, like, you know, the cops are just totally corrupt, so they just say, F it, we might as well take the money, it's already stolen, it won't be blamed on us, kind of thing. Something more morally ambiguous, I'm guessing. But maybe not, I don't know. But I would totally see this. Yeah. So it's called 1992. Kind of not a great name for, you know, for a movie that's going to be about a heist and everything. I would have put something in about the heist. You know, maybe like Riot, or Heist in the Riot, or I don't know, the 1992 Heist. No, in 1992, I don't think it should be in there. I think that's a wrong title for it. Put you at the top of the queue, though, in movies, because the numbers would be first, even above the letter A. But yeah, I'd call it something else. Like Los Angeles Heist, maybe? The Rodney King Heist? If you wanted to tie it super directly into Rodney King. I don't even know if they could call it that, but... yeah. 1992 doesn't quite do it for me. But that all being said, would totally see it on streaming. And that's it for me. Tony D and Squirmy Little Joan, who nearly ruined the whole video. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to check out our other two videos on the other platforms. The links are in the description. That's all I can say, because it's YouTube. Check me out on Sunday at the I Heart Horror event. I think it's 4 to 8 in Manawan. Not sure when I'm going to be doing a live stream. Might do it on July 4th. Stay tuned for more updates. We'll see you.